What's up guys? So in this video I'm taking my diffs out. I'm starting in the front here, but I'll be doing the back as well. So I'm going to get the diffs out and I'm dropping them off with my friend who's going to be re-gearing them for me. So I got 529 gears, which I'm really excited for. I'll be putting in these bad boys right here. So these are 35s, true 35s. It's a 35 by 12.5 by 17-inch tires. I cannot wait to get these on. There was no way I was going to run these with my stock gears. So yeah, I can't wait for the 529s. So yeah, let's get started. We'll get the front out and then we'll get the back. Alright guys, so I got the front diff out. Sorry I wasn't able to get it on video. I'm doing this by myself, so it was kind of hard to do everything plus film it. So anyway, this and this, those are the front bolts that hold the diff. Okay, and then there's one on the back, which is that stud right there. So it's kind of a weird Allen nut thing that's bolted on there. So that and that, so those three have to come off, and that's basically what's holding the diff. Other than that, there's this connector, which I'll show you actually on the truck where that is, and then there's a couple lines that connect right here and here. Okay, and then the last thing is this right here. So the breather hose gets connected to this. And there's actually no clamp or anything holding this. So basically, as you drop the diff, this breather hose will just come off on its own. So you don't really have to worry about that very much. So let's go under the truck and I'll show you in there. Okay, so we're on the left side of the truck. Okay, so that's the left or driver's side shock. So this thing right here, okay, this bracket is bolted onto the actual diff. So on the diff, it's bolted on right there by a 12 mil. So instead of trying to reach in here and disconnect these lines, which is pretty hard to do because there's not much room in here when the diff is on, what I did was I just disconnected this whole bracket off of the diff, and then instead of disconnecting those, I just disconnected it from the other side of it, so the other end basically, which is right here. So there's these two lines that get connected right there and on that one. Okay, so those come off much easier than trying to actually disconnect those. So I just disconnected that, and then there's another little bracket thing here that was another 12 mil that I just took off. And then the last thing was just that connector, which is right here. So you just disconnect it from there, and that's it. So, and then the other thing to kind of know is that rear stud, that thing, okay, that goes in here, okay, in this cross member. So when you undo that and you undo everything, you actually have to, because the stud is sticking out, you have to push the whole diff up to clear that stud from there, and then basically just like roll it out of here. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. And yeah, it would be much easier if there was two people doing this because it's quite heavy. Okay, so what I was doing here, I just got this off. Basically, this right here, this is the e-brake. It goes on here, and there's a little pin like that holds it in place. And this was pretty corroded, and it was kind of stuck. So I just sprayed a whole bunch of this penetrating oil on it, let it sit for a few minutes, and then I just kind of hammered it out. But basically, it's just this pin that's holding it. And then it's got this tiny little, it's kind of like a cotter pin that holds the pin. So that's the pin that I was talking about. It just kind of sits in there, and that just comes off. And then other than that, it's just this brake line right here that I'm gonna take off right now. And then these 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one's just in the back there. Exact same thing on the other side. And then this whole thing can just slide right out. When you don't have a big enough breaker bar, you improvise. There we go. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I got both diffs out. I got it loaded in my wife's car here, and I'm gonna go drop it off at my friend's house, and he's gonna be doing the regear for me. And then once I get it back, I'll make another video getting it installed and testing it out. So I'll end this video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.